Hey, how's it going? I'm back. You should know me, TreverForever. Anyway, tonight I'm doing a 50 pack opening video. I already got Yu-Gi-Oh open and ready to roll. As you can see, I got 5K gems, which is a lot of money. Like, you guys gotta check this out. Here's the 5K, right? Go into the shop. Try to buy some gems, right? Just see how much they are. Boom. You can't even buy as many gems as I have. And it's funny enough because I didn't spend a dime on it. Right now there's this event going on in the Duel section, the Theme Chronicles. I spent some serious time beating out all of this to get all the gems. Ooh, I forgot to open my chat. Just a moment, please. There we go. Anyway, like I was saying, I ended up beating all of this and got all the way to the end. And you get a lot of free cards, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of free gems. And I saved them up. I did that, and I also did the Battle Pass, which I'm just at the end at now. I only got, what, 3 more levels to go and I'm done. But I got a lot of gems from doing that as well. You could buy this for 700 gems in-game, which I just earned from doing my daily missions, so didn't spend a dime on it. I see you in chat, baby. Yeah, that's the plan for stream. Nothing too crazy. We're just gonna crack a shit ton of packs. Look at this beast. What up, Baker? Yeah, no, cracking packs tonight, man. I saved up 5K gems. I can open 50 packs. That's the plan. Might need your help picking what packs I need to open. I have no idea where I want to start, though, is the biggest question, you know? Probably just start with these guys, because I probably have a ton, right? Yeah, I got 28. We'll start with these 2 card packs and then figure it out from there. But actually, it's going to be more than 50 packs. It's going to be like 70 some packs tonight. I would open packs that have staples. That's a good idea. I've been hearing that a lot, actually. These ones are pretty nice because they just give you whatever. Pack. I can see that being alright. I mean, I don't have a deck that uses Fluffle or anything like that. Right, I've been thinking about getting an Ash Blossom and a Lightning Storm. I've been seeing Lightning Storms all day today. It's been driving me nuts. Rescue Warrior. You take no damage from battles involving this card. If this card is destroyed by battle, select one face-up monster an opponent controls. Take control of it. Ooh. Might see that in my warrior deck someday. Whoop! What up? Cracking packs, my man. Ooh, I didn't even read those ones. I saw a zombie in there too. Excuse me, game. Bring a defense. Bad effect. Huh. Oh, it's just a cool one-time use. It'd be a lot better if it was a continuous spell. South Say, right? Seriously. Oh, I remember this card. St. John. We're about to have some serious updates on the decks after tonight. Like a ton. If this face-up card you control is banished, you can banish one psychic monster with 1500 attack or less from your deck. Then, during your next standby phase, if this card is still banished, special summon that monster banished by this effect. Nice. I've been pulling so many psychic cards. Like, out of these double packs and like other packs I pulled, I'm definitely planning on building a psychic deck. I got a million cards for it. This card can be attacked twice during each standby phase. Any monster that battles with this card cannot battle position. Oh. Weird. It's a thunder card. I have a lot of thunder cards too. I don't know if that's necessarily good, but it's interesting. Having 2 attacks is pretty solid. Beef them up. Ooh. Card from my Manko deck, question mark? 1600 attack, 4-star. This card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster and sent to the graveyard. You can equip this card to your opponent's monster. Monster's attack becomes 0. Also, it cannot change its battle position. Yeah, that's definitely gonna end my Manko deck. That's solid as hell. We got here a turtle. Got Titus. Oh, true. I've pulled one of these before. I was thinking about putting it in my Manko deck just because it does have that like special effect ability. I mean, I'm gonna have a fish or a sea serpent or an aqua type monster. You know, maybe we'll see. It's not bad common. I pulled two of them. Yeah, he might end up in the deck. And just a little fire monster. Nothing too special there. We got plant. Normal plant, no big deal. Ooh. This is Ricky's little buddy on the side of his field. This card must attack if able. When this face-up attack position card is selected as an attack target, change to defense position. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. That's actually really good. Basically, you have to hit it twice to kill it. I can see that being played. We got here Midnight Penguin. All face-up water monsters you control gain 200 attack. Shit, that's good. This card is flipped face up. Select one card your opponent controls. Return that to their hand. Damn! Why are you so good? Getting a lot of water cards today. La la li and loon. Just electricity mounts, so no big deal. Fun name though. Got here a warrior. Once per turn, when the battle position of an opponent's monster is changed during the attack step, you can target one of the monsters. It loses 1,000 shit. It's like a debuff. Present that insect, it's just a warrior. I'm surprised I haven't pulled this yet. This is the first time I pulled this. Reinforcements. I saw a lot of its play today. I've been playing like non-stop, to be honest. Localized tornado. Shuffle all cards from your hand and graveyard into your deck. Huh. Be good against a Mela deck. Target a Trigon equipped. Shit. I don't have a Trigon deck, but if I do, definitely putting this in there. Gotta love field wipes, right? Alright, so that was the 10 packs. Oh yeah, this is a zombie I didn't check out. You can flip this card into face down defense position once per turn during your main phase. After you this effect, rearrange the face down position monsters in then return. Oh, weird. That's kind of a fun mix-up card. So it just shuffles around to your opponent if they know what monsters and where they're at. Toss them around a bit. I don't see that being super useful, but it's cool. This guy. Wind Fiend. You can ritual summon this card by using a different card. This card's name becomes Dennis, King of whatever the hell that word is. While in your hand or on the field, if this card is ritual summoned, destroy one face-up monster on the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one ritual monster you control. While it is face up on the field, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to activating this ritual monster's effect. Decent. Not bad at all. It was a decent pull. I'm excited about these two guys. It's definitely going into my water deck, my Manko deck. I need to rework that deck anyway. I pulled so many more sharks that I need to put in it. Do 10 more of those packs. Got a warrior. The basic ass warrior. Like it. Actually, I think I remember this card from back when I used to play. And this one. Ritual weapon. Equip only to a level 6 or lower ritual monster. Gains 1500 attack. Holy crap. Baker said the same thing Wise said. Yeah, Ash Blossom and Lightning Storm for sure. Those are very big like staples. Ash Blossom Bundle Pack, Lightning, and Brew. Yeah, I need to buy those starter bundles. I bought a couple of them, but I haven't bought one of each of them just yet. What is this guy? Can't be special summoned except by its own effect. This card is tributed from a summon. Step, you can card from your graveyard. Now special summon monsters. Affected. Huh. What an odd card. Grateful Revival. Activate this card by targeting one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in attack position. This card leaves the battlefield. Destroy that monster when this. Huh. So it's just basically just another revival card, just like any other. Just we target small monsters, I guess. Which is gonna be decent because I have some idea for like a low-level deck, like specifically made for that. It's a me, Mario. It's a me, Mario. Oh, it does kind of look like Mario, doesn't it? I wonder if they specifically made like design like that for a reason. It kind of does. Type of spell cards activated. Select one spell counter on the card. Weird. So basically, you want to make your opponent trigger this so they take the 3,000 damage. It's a very specific kind of card. I don't know if it'd be really practical. During battle between this attacking card and a defense position card whose defense is lower than its attack, this card inflict damage as other. Oh, it's just piercing damage. What a weird way to like say it has piercing damage. Really wordy. Must be an old card. His name is Mario Sheldon. True. Maggio? I think it's a gimmick. It probably is a gimmick, to be honest. There's a lot of gimmicks in this, and I've noticed. It's an old school warrior. If 2 or more beast warrior monsters are on the field, you can special summon this card. You can only special summon this card once per turn. This way, this card is sent to the field to the graveyard. You target one face-up monster you control. It gains 500 attack. You can only use the effects of this card once per turn. Nice, so basically it summons itself 5/2 or more creatures that are under the justification. And then, you know, it gives 500 attack when it goes to the graveyard to something else. Decent. Don't know if I'll really use it, but it's good. Major Riot. If a monster you control returns to your hand by an opponent's card effect, return as many monsters on the field to the hand as possible. Then each player special summons monsters from their hand in face-down defense position equal to the number of monster cards that were returned to their hand. Wild. I mean, that's really specific. I mean, not too often I get cards put back in my hand. Usually it's destroyed. There are decks that do it though. It is a thing. It's just not very common. It'd be a lot better if it didn't like state your opponent, because then you just trigger it yourself and then have that ability. Dice slops. Once per turn, you can roll a 6-sided die, then apply the results. 1, look at your opponent's hand and discard 1 card from their hand. Pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5, discard 1 card. That sucks. 6, discard your entire hand. This card's not good. Unless you can specifically pick 1 every time. That card's terrible. I suppose there are like dice rolling decks that are pretty specific like that. Spell stopping statue. Have to activate only when your opponent activates a continuous spell, negate the activated effect, and destroy it. Nice. Decent, decent. What do we got here? Ah, what the heck? The Grand Jupiter. The Warrior. Pretty beefy, I'd say. Once per turn, you can discard 2 cards, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip that face-up monster to this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. Once per turn during your end phase, you can target one monster equipped to this card by its card effect, special summon it to your field. That's insane. I discard 2 cards, steal somebody else's monster, put it on my card, beefing up my dude, and then at the end of my turn, I can just have it summoned to my field. This is a great card. Huh. Definitely putting him somewhere. Could definitely have a warrior deck in the works. Got here, Wood Remains. It's creepy. Ooh, a Fish Boy, Lost Blue Breaker. There is another face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster on the field. Contribute this card, and target one spell or trap on the field. Destroy that target. Give it like a 4 out of 10. Not bad. Got something good. Hopefully. I have gotten some pretty good cards so far, straight up. Like, definitely cards worthy going in decks. Tribute one face-up Karibo. Special summon as many Karibo tokens, Fiend, basically just what a Karibo is, as possible. In defense position, they cannot be attributed for tribute summon. That's totally fine. I could use it for freaking, what, Sankro or XYZ summons and shit like that. Link summons. It's still good. Berry of the Spring. Target one equipped spell card in your graveyard. Add that to target to your hand. Huh. I mean, you can't activate it right away, but shit, that's not bad. It'd be kind of fun to build an equip deck. I don't know if I have enough equip cards, but it'd be fun to build one. This is an old card. I remember this one too. Inflict 800 points of damage to your opponent's life points. Burn down their damn house. Seems like you're pulling nothing but old cards. Straight up, this game knows me. It's like, you understand old cards. Pull these. I mean, these are just the little blue packs, like packs. There's only 2 per pack, but maybe that's just what they are, is like old cards. Ooh, exchange. Both players reveal their hands and add 1 card from each other's hand. What the hell? Why is this card super rare? Not even that great of a card. Why would I give someone Exodia for frickin' Regeki? Or vice versa? Bad card. Stating it now. It's my hot take for the night is that's a terrible card. Oh, here we go. Oh, a spellcaster. Flip. You can target one specific kind of card from your graveyard. Add it to your hand. As in your graveyard effect, target one monster in your field, change it to position. Phantom Beast. Weird. So these are definitely like archetype type decks. Like whatever this is right here is an archetype of its own. And then same with this, with these. I don't have much knowledge about these guys. Finally a card older than 2002. And exchange is a hella good card. I'm not saying it's a bad card, it's just like, I suppose if you have a really shit hand and you can't do nothing with it and like they just seem to have all the answers, it wouldn't be bad in that moment. I feel like if you activated a first turn, like that's definitely the waste right there. You get knowledge of your opponent's hand and you can steal a key. True, but they can also do the same to you. Like, I mean, what if everything in your hand is useful, you know? I suppose you just don't activate the card, but I don't know. I could see that being bad and good at the same time. I feel like it's more good than it is bad, but there's still a hint of bad to it. Like, I should just be able to take one of the cards. Like, nah, fuck you, man. Set all your traps, spell traps first. True. Then you can limit what they're gonna snag. True. I suppose if you have like a, say your opening hand, you have that card, you have 2 spell and traps, whatever, it doesn't matter. You have like 2 monsters, and you already know ones you're gonna lay. Then you can activate it at that last moment when you just have that 1 monster in your hand and be like, yeah, I don't care if this goes. Just snag whatever I want out of their hand. Yeah, it's still kind of bad, lol. Worst thing about it is that it's true. That's true. I mean, it could be better is all I'm really saying. This guy, though, he's definitely going in the deck somewhere. He's pretty solid. Besides that, I don't think I pulled anything too super spectacular out of this. Got 8 more of these to go. Honestly, got a point though, is like, I can pull like all these big ass, crazy ass cards, but I mean, I'm pulling just nothing but oldies. Alright, 8 more of these, and we're on to the actual packs. I got another turtle. Oh, it's a turtle pack! And as long as this card remains face up on the field, monsters with attack equal to 1900 or more cannot declare an attack. This would be really good in my mini monster deck I'm thinking about building. I got a concept I've been like kind of like mulling over in my head, and I feel like he's gonna end up in it somewhere. Yeah, no, I'm gonna buy different packs for sure. These are just the little token packs they give you. I'm just burning all my tokens. I haven't even spent any of my gems yet. When I get to that part, I'm gonna probably pick more like updated archetypes or updated packs. That's gonna give me something that's gonna be more useful. I need more XYZ, I need more synchros, I need more links, I need all that stuff so I can like read through the cards more and like understand how they work a little bit better. Alright, flip. You can pay 2,000 of your life points. Inflict what? Okay, why? Just why? I mean, I suppose if you have a lot of health and you want to one-shot somebody if they're that low, sure. Unless your opponent sends 1 card. Fair. Okay. That's decent. I mean, I'm not thinking I'm gonna play that card, but it's not a bad card. Dark Spider. Return. You can increase the level of 1 face-up insect monster you control by 2 until end of phase. Okay. I suppose if I'm doing like a level summon or something. Dark World. During your end phase, if you discard a monster to your graveyard because you had more cards in your hand set limit, you can target one of those monsters special summon the target. What a weird card. You have to have some serious draw in your deck to make this any kind of viable, but it's good if you can. He's tossed like biggest card and summon it. Altitude Knight. Once per turn, if another monster on the field returns to your hand or main deck, send 1 wind monster from your deck to your graveyard. What an odd ability. I guess that's if you like trying to get a specific card in the graveyard, that's good, but whatever. Each time a monster is normal summoned or set, place 1 draconic counter on this card. You can send this face-up card to the graveyard to special summon 1 dragon type monster from your deck whose level is less than or equal to the number of draconic counters on this card. Huh. If you can keep them safe and keep building up those counters, you can make them pretty useful down the road. We got here Light Wave Tune. Select 1 level 4 light monster you control. It is treated as a tuner monster while it is face up on the field. That I could see useful, for sure. Giving any card the ability to be a tuner to get those kinds of summons, I can see that being useful. Bug Emergency 1. Target 2 level 3 insect monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them, but their effects are negated, so you just put their bodies on the field. You can banish this card and 1 XYZ monster from your graveyard. The levels of all level 3 insect monsters you control become equal to the banished monsters ranks until the end of turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the rest of the turn except insect-type monsters. You can only activate one of these cards per turn. Okay. That's nice. You basically pick 2 of these guys, put the bodies on the field, bring up their levels to a certain point, and then you use them for a special summon for an insect-type monster. Not a bad card. Very situational, and you have to have a deck very specific for this, but not a bad card. Bug deck in the works right there. We got here Solar Flare Dragon. This is definitely an old ass card. Holy crap. While you control the Pyro Monster, this card cannot. While you control another Pyro Monster, this card cannot be attacked during each of these standby phases. Inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Oh, so it's an overtime burn. He's gotta keep him safe. Not bad. Max Warrior. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, this card gains 400 attack during the damage step only. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, until the next standby phase, this card becomes 2 levels. Original attack is halved. Yikes. I mean, if you're trying to like beat up like a level 5 to 6 real quick, and then take the suffer of him dropping half, maybe. That's also very situational. Not terrible, but situational. Armored Starfish, another oldie. Alright, Brotherhood of the First Fist. Ina. Alright, if you control a fire formation, split trap, and no monsters, card. Okay, so this is definitely another archetype right here. I think I faced one of these decks earlier today, to be honest. I think I know how this style of card works. A Fire Fist card. I remember when that was an archetype. Came out in 2014. Nice, nice. I love that you know so much about this game. Yeah, because every time you're on stream with me, I always learn something. Once per turn, you can banish one. Hold on, what is this guy? Darkblade of the Captain. Okay, okay, okay. Once per turn, you can banish one dark monster from your graveyard. You target one level 4 or lower light monster your opponent controls. Equip it to this card. Okay, this card is on the field, would be destroyed and dead. Huh. Okay, so that's also pretty situational. You pretty much want to be facing a light deck. That'd be really good against like a Blue Eyes deck though, like straight up. If you have like an all dark deck and you face a Blue Eyes, you'd be like, no, dude, screw your Blue Eyes. I'm just gonna put it on my creature and then blow it up and try to kill it. I've been playing for way too long. Hey man, there's nothing wrong with doing the things you love. To be honest, I'm kind of the same way with Magic. Although I did take my hiatus for like 3 years, 4 years when I sold my old collection and then started working on my new one. You take damage from a card effect. You can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, it gain life points equal to the damage you took. Oh, that's interesting. Crafty little mage. Dustin, what does that say? Chuck Mugnamoy. About to take a Yu-Gi-Oh break, lol. Are you really? Like physical cards or like online or all together? Alright, that was all the bonus packs. We cracked, what, 28 of those? We got the secret pack, which is this. I pulled a couple of these. I haven't pulled too many of them, but I have pulled a couple of these. And then we have the normal packs, which is heroic. These guys, these guys, these guys, these guys. I've bought quite a bit of this. I don't think I've bought too much of this stuff just yet. But Baker, I'll let you choose, man. Which one of these should I open 10 packs of? Physical cards, lol. I got pretty salty on Saturday. Is that the same Saturday you told me about, or did you have another interaction? Means Happy Lunar New Year. Oh. I had no idea, Dustin. Well, thank you for teaching me something new and culturing my dumb ass. Nah, not yesterday. I went to a 2-3 CS VIP. I want to say I know what that means. Alright. Is that the same event you're telling me about? Where fucking that guy like turned that like did that whole like what was it? He basically stalled you out or some shit? That's so cool. Yeah, dude, Baker's the dopest. What do you mean? He's the coolest. So YCS Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series. Okay, VIP, very important player. I know what that means. I just know what the YCS did for. Makes sense, honestly, now that I read it. It's pretty obvious. But is that the same place that stalled you out or whatever? That guy did? Anyways, always gotta know the new language of stuff, Trevor. Yeah, no, I'm pretty old. So, keeping up with the new languages is pretty hard for me. You'll get there in about 10 years. I do alright though, you know. I'm hip with the kids, as they say. Just kidding. So it was a team-based tournament. Whoever got first place got the second round in the YCS in Vegas next month as a bye. That's actually really nice. That's worth winning the tournament for. You can start 3, yeah, instead of 2-0, straight up. No, different event, LOL. That was like 3 weeks ago. Alright, true. Well, you know, it's not like we chat on Discord every day. Although, you're free to call me. I learned it yesterday. Sheesh. Yeah, no doubt, dude. That's how it is when you get older. Like, some young person will say some whack, you know, some whack-ass shit, and you're like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And they're like, bro, you're stupid. And I'm like, no, I'm old. Just tell me what it means. Otherwise, I'm going to go on the internet and look it up like every other dumbass. And I'm like, oh, cool, now I'm hip. I know what that means. Oh, call you? Stalk you? I get the reference. What is that now? But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the stalker. I don't have one. They do be using their own words wrong. Like, that's some pretty base shit right there, you know? Like, based? I knew you were gonna bring that up. That shit is based. The fuck do you mean? The first time you ever said that to me, I was just like, basted? Like, my brain is like, are you basting something? You taking a big old baster and you just, like, what is base? Like, based? Yes. I'm a lurk while I play my game. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for swinging by and thanks for chatting it up. Exclamation point lurk. Base means original itself. It's true. It's true. Yeah, you were telling me about that, and I looked it up later, and I was just like, dang, she's so damn smart. She's more hipper than I am. Although I gotta know, Baker, which one of these do you think I should pull, man? I mean, you've seen my decks, I'm assuming, so you kind of know what style I like to play. I'm very, like aggressive decks. I like to be mean, to be honest. The sooner I can end the match, the better. Although I'm not like a million combo kind of guy. Only because it's a little difficult for me. Go through the other options. Is there other options? Is it not just these 5 packs right here? I mean, there's that. Do I have any more bonus packs? I think once I open up 10 of these, it'll give me more options to open up different ones depending on what I pull. I think that's how that works. Otherwise I have structured decks, but those aren't packs. I'm trying to open packs. This guy right here. What's bonus? Bonus was the packs I was opening earlier. It's these little blue gems you get for doing things, and you put, you know, 1 gem in, it gives you 2 cards. That's what I was pulling all those old cards from, was the bonus packs. I was burning the bonus packs quick before I got into my major content, so when I finally do open my 50 packs, a couple here to, you know, be able to watch and check it out. Use the big old noggin. Yeah, so I have my secret packs. I can buy 10 of these, and then whenever I pull, will give me access to different sets of packs. Like, say I pull, well, actually, this would be a better example of the normal packs. This one right here, it's basically like the base of all of Yu-Gi-Oh! If I pull like a Dark Magician, it's going to give me a set for Dark Magician type decks and cards. So more things will pop up as I open more packs. Very special on the top right. Special. Dual pass, already got that. Dual. What is it? What the hell is this? Bonus deals. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen this page. Those are the staples. All right. Are these 10 packs here then? That's actually really slick. That's actually cheaper than the by just buying 10 packs on its own. Well, it sounds like I need to open these and I'll still have money for even more packs. Let's start the Ash Blossom. I definitely want to get that card because I see it played a million times over. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 10 packs. Alright, we're doing it. It's super good. Yeah, it really is super good. It shuts me down every fucking game. I'm so sick of Ash Blossom. Alright, let's go for it. We're breaking into that 5K. Ooh, got a special pack just for me. Cosmic Hero, King Arthur. Alright, so this is the XYZ summons. This is stuff I've been like kind of understanding. It's just based on level, right? So it's basically poly for levels of monsters. The 2 level 4 warrior monsters. Pretty easy. Put in a warrior deck with a bunch of level 4s in it. And then once you have 2 of them, you can XYZ. Boom. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can detach one XYZ material from this card. If you do, it gains 500 attack. If it does, inflict 500 attack to your... Oh my gosh. He's not a bad card. Dragon Bite. Oh, it's an insect. It's a tuner as well. Alright. I really am going to have a freaking insect deck after a while. I literally had to look up the reference. It's from Stick It after gymnastics movie. It's a fever dream. Actually, I think I remember that freaking movie. Yeah, so for the one you take level 2 monsters, you overlay them to make them a card. Okay, so it's not like you really fuse them and put them in a graveyard. They just become one monster stacked. Makes sense. Danny had to look it up. I'm old. Call me, stalk me, call me, stalk me. Oh god, what is going on in this chat? Why am I saying this over and over again? Alright, quick charger. Alright, so that's obviously an archetype right there, Battery Man. Select other than... More bring back cards, I like that, I like that. We got here, we got a rock. It's cute. Alright, so we got another archetype. If this monster you control is destroyed by battle, by your effect, you can discard a card instead. Alright, so it's like a block of sorts. Hey, I got a tune! I haven't pulled like any tunes yet. I probably have a couple, but not many. Those are what you'd attach to activate effects. Right, right. That makes sense. So basically, if it takes 2 cards to stack to make a XYZ monster, it only has 2 materials. Although my question is for you, if you burn your second material, does it kill the card, or you just can't activate that effect? It doesn't have any cards underneath it anymore. They look like they're drawn by kids. Oh, these guys? Yeah. I feel like there's a couple cards in this game that look like they're drawn by kids. Alright, last card of the pack. Ooh, a pendulum. Pendulums are so confusing for me. I'm still trying to figure it out. You just can't activate the effect. Makes sense. No, not them. I don't know exactly what the archetype's called. Are you talking about the like weird little goblin guys? They're been drawn and they have like the cute little pink noses. Whatever that is, I actually really like that deck style. I can explain it if you want. You can explain it whatever you want to me, Baker. I'm all ears or eyes in this case. Yeah. Oh. It's a lot to type. Hey man, either we can have a conversation later or you can just call me right now. I think I'm on Discord, I think. Ready driver. I think, alright, so ready driver. Very nice. Cute. Oh, is this what you're talking about? I saw a deck like this too. I loved a deck like this. I played today and it was just beat my ass. Call your boyfriend, let's go. I'd hear a ring if he calls me. Alright. We got a Mech Lord. Target 3 Mech Lord monsters with different names in your graveyard. Add them to your hand, or special summon them, ignoring their summoning conditions. Until the end of your next turn after this card is activated, you can discard. You cannot special summon monsters except machine monsters. If you control a Mech Lord Astro monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Destroy one synchro monster your opponent controls. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. Very situational, but not a terrible card by any means. You get that first effect, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to get the second, dealing that damage. No, the archetype is called Duel Beast. Google it right now, lol. Alright, hold on. Duel Beast. Ooh, my keyboard didn't wake up in time. Duel Beast. Sure, why not keyboard? That. Oh my god, they're literally drawn by kids. I love this. Are they good cards? Because if they are, I want this deck. It's literally drawn by kids. Oh my god, dude, this freaking T-Rex. I know you can't see it on stream, but it's beautiful. The best cards I've ever seen. There, man. Well, but it looks awesome. It really does look awesome. What the heck? Wardia cannot be normal summon. Summon must be special summon by attributing a level 8 flower. That's a very specific summon. Okay. Not terrible, actually. I love it. I do too. That is actually like the coolest freaking looking card. Like, I bet their mechanics aren't that great, but just having a deck that looks like that, like a 4-year-old drew it, I'd love it. All rock monsters on the field gain 500 defense. Pyramid monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects. That was a field spell. You can target one Triamid monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. So if I rebuild a Triamid deck, this is obviously going to go straight into it. We got this guy here, Gladiator Beast. This is actually good because I have a lot of Gladiator Beast cards, and he looks like he's somewhat of a staple. Somewhat. Alright, I'm gonna hang out in the game with the friends if you want to join. Oh, you're actually on Discord right now. Let me finish cracking this power. Yeah, I can just drop over right now. What do I mean? Where's my Discord? Close. Get out of my way. Got too many things open. The curse of streamings. You have a million tabs. What up?
What up, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Oh, it's going. So what do you think of fucking Doodle Beast?
Dude, that was the best thing ever. I looked at him and I was just like, literally looks like a 3-year-old drew these.
Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, so next time, so hover over that pendulum and I'll explain it to you.
What now? Oh, the pendulum. Yes, please explain this to me because it makes no sense.
Okay, so when you're looking at the card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it has like the 4 and the 4 there.
Yep.
So that's its pendulum scale. So you have pendulum zones, which are like, so you've got your 5 monster card zones and your 5 spell and trap card zones, right?
Right, and your pendulum to the left and right, right?
Yeah, so those are your pendulum zones, right? So that's your scaling. So like, let's say I have a pendulum, you have high scales and low scales. And so, like, let's say I got a 4 scale and a 6 scale, right?
Right.
That determines the level of monsters you can pendulum summon. So if you have a 4 and a 6,
Oh.
you can only pendulum summon in between those levels. So if you have a 4 and a 6, I can only pendulum summon level 5s.
So
But if I
you really want to get is like a 1 and a 8 or something like that, you know?
yeah, so if it's a 1 and an 8, then I can pendulum summon anything from level 2 to level 7.
I'm sorry, that sounds so broken.
Oh yeah, like pendulums when it first came out, it was the best mechanic in the game, hands down. So if you're looking at the card there, how it's got 2 texts. So the text so pendulums are monster cards and spell cards.
Right.
So whenever they're in the pendulum zone, they're considered pendulum cards. So the text in between the numbers there, like the top
Right
one,
here.
that's its effect while it's in the pendulum zone.
Okay. Okay.
And then the bottom card text, it's like it would be its effect if it's in the monster card zone.
Okay, so these kind of act as like continuous traps cards in a way, or continuous spell cards.
Kinda, yeah. And then when pendulum monsters leave the field, they don't go to the graveyard like monsters do. They go to the extra deck face up.
Odd.
Yeah. So, and then you can pendulum summon them from the extra deck. But if you pendulum summon them from the extra deck, it either has to go in the extra monster zone or to arrows that link monsters point to. So when pendulum first came out, yeah. So that's why when Master Rule 5 came out, they fucking nerfed pendulums. Because you used to be able to, like, if you would pendulum summon 5 from the extra deck, you could just do all 5.
Right.
And so it was easy to spam the board, but since they changed the ruling forms where the extra deck ones have to go to the extra monster zone or link monsters point to, they significantly power nerf pendulums.
So is that the reason for the arrows on link cards, or is there more to that?
So the reason for arrows on link cards is because Master Rule 3 is when I played the most Yu-Gi-Oh, and so Master Rule 4 is whenever link summoning came out. And so they made link monsters with the arrows so that way they changed the ruling to where you used to not have the extra monster zone, and so you could just special summon monsters from the extra in the main monster zone at any time. You could have as many as you want, like now.
Right.
When they went to Master Rule 4, they introduced link monsters. The arrows are pointed there on link monsters, so that way they were extra monsters and extra monsters too.
Wild.
And then yeah, 4 significantly neutered the extra deck, and it hands down made links the best fucking mechanic in the whole game, because you couldn't just like spam synchros or fusions like you used to be able to in the past. You would have to link summon to get the arrows, so that way you could play multiple extra deck cards.
Okay. Still a little confusing, but you're definitely explaining it in a way I can understand.
Okay, yeah. If you need me to slow down or back up.
No, yeah, I'm absorbing it. This is fresh knowledge to me.
Yeah, so now we're in Master Rule 5 to where that doesn't matter anymore. So the link arrows only mattered for extra link monsters or for pendulum summoning.
Okay. That was this.
I didn't have to type.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a mouthful. It was. No, I'm definitely going to have to. I think I'm gonna have you just sit on Discord, share screens, and with collection, just talk it all out to learn it.
Fuck yeah, sounds good. Dragon Maid's pretty good. That deck, that archetype came out a couple of years ago, and it has what's called the waifu tax.
The waifu tax?
Yeah, like the physical cards were stupid fucking expensive because they're all chicks.
Oh,
so
that makes sense. I heard Dusty was playing a waifu deck, and I was like, "There's waifus in this game," and I definitely understand why now.
Yeah.
No, this is actually not bad. I've seen a couple of these decks. I did that Chronicles thing, and I saw quite a few of those.
Yeah, so Dragon Maids are okay. When they first came out, they were just meh. It's a fusion-based deck that essentially tags out. But like my buddy's actually playing a bestial Dragon Maid deck right now. It's actually pretty good.
All right.
So I don't know how competitive you want to get with this, and that's really going to determine how much mouth vomit I give you right now.
To be honest, I gotta know everything. But like, I'm probably gonna full diving into freaking Yu-Gi-Oh, which is what I did to Magic. Oh, I finally pulled a freaking Mirror Force. I own one now.
Yeah, too bad Mirror Force isn't good.
Do you know how many times I got freaking Mirror Force lately? It drives me nuts. Just I have one now.
It's because every time I watch you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh, you're playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh.
I've still seen him recently, like even in competitive, like every once in like probably like, every like 7 or 8 games I'll see it, and I'm like, I wish I had that damn card.
What's
Although
your
I'm in Gold 5 right now, I haven't pushed. Like I got to Gold 5 and I haven't gone further because I haven't really played much since.
okay?
According to
See,
Ricky, Gold once you get into Gold it gets harder, but I haven't really played much in Gold.
fair enough. I haven't done hardly any Master Duel. I play way more in-person Yu-Gi-Oh than anything.
I feel the same way about like physical Magic and physical or Magic Arena. Like it's the same thing. Like I play a lot more physical than I do online.
Hell yeah! I still
Although,
got all my Magic cards. I
yeah,
got rid of all my I got rid of all my ballistas though when they were like $50.
I still have all my spendy cards. Although I don't have my old collection. My old collection was beautiful. I had an Angel deck that was worth like $450 or something like that.
That's how much my Yu-Gi-Oh deck's worth right now.
Nice. Yeah, you know, definitely know how it goes. You know.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
shucks.
I remember like back when Master Rule 4 first came out, and I was playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was playing the best deck in the game at the time was Sky Striker Trickstar, and I don't remember what I was playing, but I was getting ready to go to Nats that year, and my buddy had all the Sky Striker cards, all the Trickstar cards, and he had it all max rarity and like ultimate rare, fucking Leerless or whatever they're called, the level 3. And it was literally a $1,200 deck that he was just gonna give me to go play at Nationals. He's like, "Here, man, yeah." He's like, "You're going to Nationals? Here, play the deck. You know, here's all of it." I was like, "Jesus Christ, dude! Like, you know how much it is?" He's like, he had the fucking ulti scapegoats and everything. It was insane.
I'm basically walking around with my freaking bank account in my pocket now.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I don't want to take this deck. He's like, why? I was like, because I was like, this is literally like $1,200, $1,500. And like, if I lose this deck, I can't pay you back. But I've known Zach for years and years and years, and Zach's like, nah, Brant. He's like, nah, man. Like, if you lose it, you know, like I trust that you pay me back, and like you put an awful lot of faith in me.
Right. Oh, I'm so tired of pulling this card. I pulled so many.
What is it?
Hero Barrier.
Ah,
I've never seen this card.
your stream's a little behind compared to what I'm seeing. Hey, Cosmo.
Yeah.
That's when I went to Nationals in 2016. That's the deck I played.
Cosmo?
Yeah, so it was a Trinity format. So Cosmo, no extra deck or Domain Monarchs, and PK Fire were the best decks in the format.
Hell yeah. I think last time I played anything competitive was Magic, and their format then was garbage because it's just like it was the whole freaking like Greek era they were going through, and all the cards were super trash.
Oh, it was the Greek cards. That's when I was playing competitive Magic.
Yeah, the was it Theros sets and all that.
Yeah, like so.
We should play competitive at the same time.
We were, because like black blue artifacts were one of the best decks in standard at the time because walking
Yes, they were.
was the whole card.
Yes, they were. What the hell is this?
What the hell?
The big old XYZ monster.
I don't even know what you're looking at yet.
He'll be there in just a moment. You'll see.
Oh, Heretic. Oh, that's a newer one.
It seems
It's okay.
Yeah, it seems alright. I mean, if you disattach and you know you can negate whatever you need to.
It's a negate for anything that targets, so stuff like Effect Veiler, Infinite Impermanence, or anything that targets stuff in Graveyard, which would be really good for Bestials right now because they target a card in Graveyard and banish it. And that's how they summon themselves, so you could stop that.
Right, you can stop that whole chain of annoyingness.
Yeah, which Bestials are just big DD Crow bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if you understood what that meant.
Well, don't those guys just like basically toss themselves out in numbers?
So they banish a card. So DD Crow is a hand trap, and you discard it from your hand to banish a card out of graveyard. Bestials do the same thing, but they banish a light or dark out of graveyard and summon themselves.
Oh. Basically,
So,
you feed off of your graveyard to summon.
Yeah, so you can banish cards out of your opponent's graveyard, and they're really good in competitive format right now because Tyrannit is the best deck in the game, and they're all darks. And they fuse out of graveyard, so you just DD Crow them with the Bestials out of grave before they can fuse, and then you summon. So you interrupt your opponent and get a body out of it.
Alright. That kind of makes sense. I mean, in a way.
I would have to show you tier limits for it to make sense all the way, I guess.
I'm telling you, man, we're gonna have that sit down where I'm just like watching your screen. You just teach me all of Yu-Gi-Oh and all the secrets.
If we do it, it can't be on Master Duel because I don't have a whole lot on Master Duel unlocked yet. We'd have to go on like Dueling Book.
That works fine, man. We can just screen share freaking Google at this point and just be like, hey, man, this card, this is why it works. So this guy I have on screen, this little guy, this would be what I want to get my low scale, right? Just a flat 1.
Yeah, he's a 1.
So this range ever like different? Is it always the same on both sides?
What do you mean? I mean between the left and right numbers? No, they're always the same.
Okay. I don't know if they had ranges on these specifically or not.
No. So like pretty much like the blue is the low scale and red is like a high scale or whatever, but it really doesn't matter like where you place them.
Okay.
So I don't really know what significance the colors are on them for like in the sides of it, other than like blue is quote unquote low scale and red is quote unquote high scale.
Right. I mean, that's kind of makes sense. What the heck?
Told Danny that I was like, yeah, I'll just get in Trevor's stream and show them why people call me Mr. Steelio Man.
Yeah, you do be doing that.
Ash, are you being mouthy?
What the?
I got
There's so many confusing cards.
which one?
Just the names of things.
Oh, so Bujin. So Bujin's is that's an archetype. So that came out in like 2013. So it's like a normal summon deck, and it was a control deck. So you'd play like control cards, and you would have like one big monster you would sit on. So it's what you would consider a helmet deck. So a helmet deck is protect the castle. So you make a big monster, or you make a monster, and then you protect it with all your resources. So that's helmet.
Okay. That actually makes sense, yeah, because there's decks like that in Magic.
Yep. So like you can boil competitive Yu-Gi-Oh down into like 3 lines of play, and every deck in the game will essentially fall into one of these 3 categories. So you've got control or helmet decks, right? So control decks are very much so like floodgate decks, or like, you know, spell and trap, just control the game state, slow your opponent down to your resource or to your pacing, and then you just win from there. Then you've got mid-range decks, which a majority of decks will fall into mid-range. So what mid-range is you play a few cards, you don't really combo, but you kind of build a board, and then you have just interactions at key points in an opponent's strategy to disrupt them.
Okay.
And then you've got what's called a combo deck. And combo is, hey, I'm just gonna fucking use all my resources, quote unquote, build a board. So you make an unbreakable board that pretty much tells your opponent no and they can't play.
I've noticed that's a pretty common deck archetype.
Yeah.
At
So
least
there's
it
a lot
seems
of
that way.
combo stuff. Yeah. So all lines of Yu-Gi-Oh play in the competitive scene right now will fall into one of those 3 categories. And so we play in the TCG. And so TCG is pretty much everywhere, and then the OCG is just Japan. So, and there's different formats and different ban lists for the TCG versus OCG. And
Japan just plays differently, I guess.
They just play in the OCG, yeah. So they get cards before we do. Their format's different because they have different ban lists, and they get cards sooner than we do. OCG historically really likes full decks format, which is why Maxi is still off the ban list there, as to where TCG historically likes, like, TCG players love combo decks. We love combo decks, which is one of the reasons Maxi is banned here. Runic is a fucking annoying archetype.
Yeah, I kind of was reading into it a little bit.
Yeah, that whole archetype is, yeah, I'm just gonna mill your fucking deck.
That free pull, I think.
Yeah, so if you look at like any extra deck card, it's like that link one you're looking at right there. The very top line will be your quote-unquote recipe, which is what it takes to make that. So this one takes 2 Cybers type monsters.
Right.
And so you would send 2 Cybers type monsters to the graveyard to summon that one.
Okay.
And that's for fusions, XYZs, and synchros as well.
So is that what this link here means? Link 2, you need 2 of them?
Yes, so the link rating is how many monsters it takes.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, like, let's say you got something that's a link 4, and its recipe says 2+ monsters. So you either need 4 normal monsters, right? So just 4 main deck monsters,
Mhm.
or you could have 2 rank 2 monsters to make the rank 4 because 2 plus 2 is 4. And
Oh, okay.
so yeah, so or you could do like a rank 3 and then or a link 3 and a normal monster. Or so every link rating, whenever you're using it to link up, that when you're adding it to it, it can either be a 1 or whatever its link rating is. So you can't. It's like synchro summoning in a sense. You have to match the link rating to make it.
Okay. So it's basically like a non-waster. So like let's say you have two creatures and you poly them and you make a creature, and then you have another poly and you use that fusion monster and your regular monster to make a different monster. You kind of waste out on a monster there. Where this, like, whatever monsters go into it equivalent farther up the chain. Like, they're not wasted. Kinda?
Correct. Kinda. So like you don't poly for link monsters. You just send them to graveyard as a mechanic. So
Right,
fusion,
right.
yeah. So like, but fusion though, you still have to follow the recipe. You know what I mean? Like you can't use more than what that recipe calls for.
Right.
But fusion historically, outside of like the format we're in right now, fusions are historically like the worst in-game extra deck archetype because no matter what, it takes 3 cards. You need your 2 fusion materials and a fusion spell. So now you're using 3 cards to make 1. As for links and synchros and XYZs, take 2 cards to make 1.
Okay.
So, but like that's kind of changed here recently because tier elements are 1 card fusions, just because their effects allow you to fusion summon. I acknowledge, beware maker, beware of Mr. Steal Your Mans.
Yeah, you do be that.
Sorry if you
what.
can hear my husky in the background. She's being noisy.
Actually, I didn't hear it at all.
Petted.
Although
Really?
I do have tunes in my ears kind of jamming a little bit.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you can hear my tunes on the stream, but.
I cannot.
Really?
Cyber Dragon Hurts would be really good for your Cyber Dragon deck. You need to get Cyber Dragon Infinity for your Cyber Dragon deck.
I do so bad. I definitely could do it for sure. But here we go. So I open up all of those and I get my Ash Blossom. But now I can pull from all of these. I can choose like an actual archetype style to pick from.
So if you go back to that special, you could get something like Infinite Impermanence too. Don't know how you get back to that, but I would suggest opening as many of those as you can.
I can only get one of each.
Yeah, because so like that's Infinite Impermanence, the
Right
trap
here.
card that's got like wings on it.
Yeah, this has been used against me a lot today.
Yep, so it's a hand trap, and that's actually Cyber Dragon Infinity on the artwork of it.
Okay.
So that's
So
a
like
really good. I'm
like
sorry,
they're
go
like
ahead.
ultimate monster in a way.
Yeah, Infinity. It's like the pretty much like it's an Omni negate, so it negates anything. And it's just a really good card. It's really popular by the fan base. But I would suggest buying all of those, like those bundle deals. I would suggest buying those because all of those cards you see there are generically good cards. They would be what we would consider a staple.
Right. Kind of like a Black Lotus. Well, not necessarily the equivalent of a Black Lotus, but that's a staple card in certain decks. Or like a blue deck playing Opt. Like that's pretty much a staple for blue.
Yep, or like or black playing Mind Drain Modern.
Right.
Whatever the 1-drop black is that lets you look at X amount of cards for life.
Oh God, what's that card's name now? I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at the wrong game for this. Oh man. Hey, I pulled another pendulum. Let's take Beast.
Yes, that one's part of the mythical beast archetype, which people will play with Endymion. It's like certain archetypes will mix together well.
I suppose, like after so much time, it's come with that to do.
Yeah, but Yu-Gi-Oh is very much so like an archetype based card game, and it's very much so like power creep's a thing.
I haven't noticed. What was it that like ultimate, like pretty much like 100% win rate deck where it's the skeletons or whatever? That deck whooped my ass today.
I don't know if there's a 100% win rate deck in Master Duel. Do you think
It's
it's full season?
yeah, the Skull Lord or whatever the hell he is.
Oh, yeah, so it's not a 100% win rate, but it's an OTK deck,
It's
and that's what it likes to do.
yeah, it does pretty well. Watched a YouTube video of this guy. He claims it's 100% win. I don't think it really is, but it's pretty hard to outscale. Heck. This is definitely gonna be an archetype. Look at that art, geesh.
Live Twin. Yeah. So Live Twin's a relatively new archetype. It came out in 2021, I think. It's really pretty. There's a lot of them are collector rares, which
Oh,
is so
true.
like really really pretty rarity.
So just like basically just has an extra look to it or whatever for the card.
It's got extra foiling.
Right. I will say I really like Yu-Gi-Oh's foiling more than I like Magic's. Like Yu-Gi-Oh just goes the extra mile when it comes to their foiling.
Oh yeah. Well, like old school ultimate rares and secret rares are probably my favorite rarities. But like newer ulties and newer secrets just don't look as good. Although you are definitely more likely to get foil bleed on newer cards now. So foil bleed is like it's like you're looking at like Spiral Mission Assault, right? Or that Fire Fist card you're looking at. Either one of
Fire
them, right?
Fist.
So if you're looking at the card itself, usually when you get foiling, it'll be in the picture of it, and just in the picture or just in the name.
Mm-hmm.
Foil bleed is when it's across the whole card. So when you look at the whole card, it shimmers across all of it.
Oh. And that's by design, or is that not by design?
It's considered a misprint.
Oh. Is there like extra value to a misprinted card?
Depends on the misprint, but yeah, typically, yeah. So like there's a certain card, so like Rainbow Neos as a fusion card, and there's a misprint of it where there's a ghost rare of it, so the whole face of it is white, but the picture isn't Rainbow Neos. It's like another card, and there's only like 5 of them in the world, and it's like a super rare and super expensive misprint.
It's awesome. I know every card game has their misprints values, but I didn't know they got to like that extent. That's wild. Where it's literally just a misprinted card on another card.
Yeah, that's the only one I know of specifically for that. But like certain types of misprints, you'll get like the name is like adjusted down to where it's not in the right spot, or like it's miscut. Those are probably the most common misprint. In foil bleed's fairly common.
Ash, did a damn good job. Got a zombie boy. I want to build a zombie deck. They look fun. A lot of like graveyard recursion.
Yeah, Plague Spreader's a good card. I remember when that card was banned.
It was banned?
Yeah.
This card is in your graveyard. You can place one card from your hand on top of your deck. Special summon this card. Banish it when it leaves the battlefield.
So it was banned because it's a recurring tuner.
So so you can just keep popping it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get why now. Yeah, I can see why it's broken.
Well, it was like back in like fucking 2008. You know what I mean? Like.
Right. Back when like there's nothing like it and there wasn't ways to get around it.
Yeah, and I think Plague Spreader's at 1 right now, at least in the TCG. I don't know what it's at in the OCG or in Master Duel format.
I will admire Yu-Gi-Oh's for its art. I mean, really.
I think Magic has better art, actually.
It has more detailed art for sure, and more depth to their art, but like just the colors they use and like the sharpness in the lines, it looks good. It's definitely more digital art for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not a super big fan of digital art. Like, I've never been like, oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh's got such great art. It's never what's pulled me into the game. Although it does have some cool looking fucking cards.
They do.
The artwork on Magic pulled me in just because I really like the look on it.
Same, man. Like, they're beautiful cards, and if you get like a full art card, like a mountain or something, it's the most gorgeous mountain range you've ever seen.
I know I went to like a Friday Night Magic back whenever, you know, I was playing Artifacts, and man, I can't remember the 2-drop black card that had come out, and it was like, can't remember the name of it, but it seemed like a bunch of competitive plays like that, you know, format's version of fucking Doomblade or whatever, you know what I mean? Can't remember the name of it. Anyways, it came out with an alternate art, full art, and I ended up winning one in a Friday Night Magic because I placed like second, which was super cool.
I just pulled a snake.
Yeah, you pulled a Sukanuko fucking Dangers.
So cute.
So Dangers were literally the most broken fucking cards in TCG when they first came out.
They still are.
They still are.
I got my ass kicked by so many of them today. I'm so sick of that Thunderbird. That and Bigfoot.
Yeah. But Snake and Nessie and I can't
Sneaky
remember
snake.
Sneaky Snake.
Hey, I got a synchro.
What synchro did you get? Because your stream is behind. Oh god, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I don't know. So with the synchro, it just needs to be a tuner and a non-tuner monster. There's no other justifications for that.
So it's a level 5.
Mm-hmm.
So with synchro summoning, you got to pay attention to level, and you have to pay attention to the recipe.
Okay.
So you can only use 2 monsters for some of it, and the combined levels of the 2 monsters has to equal 5. It cannot exceed it. So you can use a level 2 and a level 3, or a level 1 and a level 4 to make this guy.
That makes sense. I was kind of curious about that, because I haven't really been using synchros, because that didn't make sense to me, but that is pretty obviously pretty easy.
Yeah. It's just you have to pay attention to level and recipe, and it has to equal the level. It can't exceed it.
That makes sense. Let's see what the special card is.
Now, if it says one tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners, then you can use more than 2 non-tuner monsters to make it.
This is my first Eldritch.
Yeah, Eldritch is a fun archetype. It's a if you want to build a zombie deck, I would build Eldritch.
No doubt.
It's a helmet deck.
Okay. This is like one of those where like you defend this guy.
Well, they don't make the Mad Golden Lord very much, but he comes up in niche situations. But pretty much you make Golden Lord and you defend it, because all of the trap cards around that archetype revolve around having Golden Lord on the field.
Okay. So he's pretty much the key card for that deck.
Yeah, not this one you're looking at specifically, because that's just the fusion version of it. But there's a main deck monster called Eldritch the Golden Lord.
Okay, so this is a different version of him. Like there's different versions of Raw, which I just found out.
Yeah, and there's lore to all of it too.
Oh.
So Yu-Gi-Oh has like quite an extensive lore on certain archetypes. So like,
I'm certain to understand.
Dolls, like Hellhound you were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So the lore behind that is that a infection from the Evil Swarm virus infected Gem Knight Lupus, and that's how El Shaddai Construct was created. And Construct took her strings and infected a bunch of other archetype monsters, and that's how you got like Shaddai Hound, and then you got Shaddai Falco, which used to be Gusto Falco, and then El Shaddai Winda used to be a Gusto card, and she infected all of them, made them puppets. That's why they're called Shaddals. It stands for Shadow Puppet.
That's cool. So the story itself makes its own archetypes.
Yep. So it's actually like really, a lot of you can look up like duels, because a lot of the dual players will have lore to them, and it'll explain it. Like Shaddai is my favorite archetype, so I like watched all of like the Shaddai lore and stuff, and I was like, this is so cool.
I guess that's kind of how like Magic is too. Like, cause each set is its own plane of existence, and then each plane has its own lore and shit like that. Kind of like how like each archetype would be its own species or its own line that's attached to it.
Hell yeah!
Cool cards. I don't know if any of them are really good, but I like them.
It is lagging like a mo.
Is it really? Keeps lagging. I could. Oof. Well, it's unfortunate I have to restart my stream when I have 6 viewers. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that
like
then.
It like comes and goes, so it'll be okay for a little bit and then it'll stop, and it'll be okay for a little bit and then it'll stop.
How long does it stop though?
5 seconds for me.
Is that restart worthy? Because I mean, I have to shut down everything and restart the internet if I want to do that.
I don't think it is, but I would ask Danny. So she's saying it's about every 15 for her.
Well, if it's every 15 minutes, it's not too bad. My internet was doing this last time I streamed too. All I had to do is reset it. I should just reset my internet before I stream every time.
What internet provider do you have?
Mediacom Extreme, which is supposed to be the best in our area, but it's just trash.
I've never fucking heard of it.
Mediacom?
Yeah.
Wild. I suppose Mediacom must be in the north though, but it's a huge provider up here.
Okay, so we're like, we got Fidelity and Charter Spectrum.
I've heard of
and
Charter,
Century.
but I have no idea what Fidelity is.
Yeah, Fidelity's like a Midwest thing.
Okay. Or Plant
But
Monster.
it's all right.
Nothing too crazy out of that pack.
I remember Windup. That deck, Windups used to hand loop you.
Isn't the one of the ones where like they get like extra attack in their attack phases or some shit? Like they have like super abilities you can use once and then they kind of like dumb down.
No, they changed their attack position and get an effect.
Mm.
And so there used to be a hand loop for it. So they would just loop you for your whole hand.
Oh man. You weren't kidding about waifus. They definitely pop up here and there.
Yeah.
Not too bad I have like 8 of those cards. Jeez. I love the ancient gear style though. Doll Monster Bear.
Oh, ancient gear. Doll Monster Bear. I wonder when that came out. I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, it's a Kilo guy. I mean, he doesn't really do much. He doesn't have an effect. He's just a 0/0. It's kind of odd. He must definitely belong to something.
Yeah, probably like there's certain archetypes that require. So like the Doll Monster Bear you're looking at.
Hmm?
So those are like the terminology for it. It's considered a vanilla monster because it doesn't have an effect, and so the term vanilla comes from the yellowish coloring of it.
Right. I thought that was just basically a normal monster. So any normal monster is just a vanilla monster.
Yep, that's
Okay.
just terminology Yu-Gi-Oh players use. So if they say, "Oh, I got a vanilla," they mean a non-effect monster
Okay.
or a monster. Yeah.
Got myself another Synchro.
Hey, you got a Blackwing.
Yeah. Non-tuner card, so he's a 3-card combination.
Yeah, at least 2. So you can use more than 2. So it says 1 Blackwing, 2 or 4. So you could use 3 or 4. So,
that's
but
just
it
to
takes
get to that level?
Yes.
Okay.
So it takes the bare minimum of, 1 Blackwing tuner plus 2 non-tuner.
Lost a single viewer every time, so it's really up to you. Yikes. I suppose. What I'll do is I'll finish opening up this next pack, and then I'll just restart, and then I'll just combine the 2 streams on YouTube.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. Oh? Oh! I got an extra special pack.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so we got a Pendulum.
Fucking Cleforts. I remember that fucking archetype.
Yeah.
God, that archetype almost made me quit Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh,
It was like the first. Cleforts were like the first Pendulum archetype to come out that were competitive. Stupid.
Because they're speed.
So you can normal summon them, but it lowers their attack stat, and they just kept coming back. And you had stuff like Sacrifice, and like you had Clefort Scout, which was like a pendulum scale fucking searcher that you could like put it in the scale, pay 100 life points, and search everything you fucking needed. Is it 3? And then you played stuff like Summoner's Art because they're all technically normal monsters, and like you could just search whatever the fuck you needed. And so they would like normal summon a bunch of times and then flip over skill drain to negate their effects. That way they would have full attack.
Right. That's
And
broken.
it was just stupid.
That sounds stupid and really irritating.
I remember getting so mad at that fucking. So I was playing Shadalls at the time. So at the time, like when Cleforts came out, we were what's called a Trinity format. So you had 3 big decks that were being played in the TCG. You had Clefort, Shadal, and then Burning Abyss. So Burning Abyss is based off of the Divine Comedies. So it's all about like Dante, Traveler, the Burning Abyss is like the main monster, and then all of the main monsters were demons. And then you had Virgil as the synchro monster and stuff. It was actually really cool. Like you should look up the Burning Abyss cards if you get a chance. Anyways, so like Cleefort would beat Shaddoll, Shaddoll would beat Burning Abyss, and then Burning Abyss would beat Cleefort, and that was how the format was. And I
Right,
fucking
so
hated
basically you
it.
ran one of 3 decks.
Yep. And each deck beat a different one in the Trinity. And I fucking hated playing against Cleeforts because it was just such a hard matchup for Shaddoll. Like, it was essentially an auto lose most of the time.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that was all 10 packs right there. Found a bunch of secret cards.
And you get your imperm. So the cool thing about these decks is that you can break down the ultra rares that you're not going to use, and then craft another imperm or craft another ash blossom.
Right, which I'll probably end up doing. I mean, a lot of these cards I'm not going to use, not going to lie, but I will use their essence to make better cards for decks I'm going to be building.
Oh yeah, like you didn't get anything like awesome out of those packs other than the staple that you need. So the best thing about it is that it gives you the staple. So now that you've seen it, you can break down the ultra rares you don't need to make them again.
I mean, I did pull a little snake. I think that's pretty awesome.
The snake is pretty awesome.
All right, I think I'm gonna jump off stream, that way I can reset my internet, and then I'll jump back up.
Hell yeah, man. And then if you don't want to, you don't have to join the Discord. I just wanted to explain the pendulum thing to you because it's a lot of fucking mouth vomit.
Hey man, honestly, I don't mind having you part of the stream. You kind of teach me things as I go and explaining cards I have no idea what the hell they do.
Oh yeah, unfortunately I know a lot.
That's not an unfortunate thing for me. That's honestly the best thing ever. All right, the leg's getting closer and closer, like contractions. Yeah, let's get that reset. All right, so I'll catch you here in a bit, here, Baker.
Yep, hell yeah, man. Go give birth to your internet.
Yeah, right. Later.
Later.
All right, sorry about that lag. We're gonna get that fixed. I'm gonna go restart my internet and jump back on. We have a lot more packs still to open, so please hang out for a little bit and come stop by again. I'm gonna fix this internet issue. It should give me about 5 minutes. Later. Have a wonderful day. Peace.